Day has lost its meaning. It is one of the most commercial days ever, and it seems like people are competing for the grandest gesture. I mean, who receives the most on this day and who is able to show off, the most. And that comes with a price because not everybody can afford that, and just because you are able to afford does not necessarily mean that your relationship is good, and it doesn't really make you a worthy man. So it is quite sad that as the years have gone, we have become more materialistic, and it's so unfortunate. And when I look back at this day, the origins of Valentine's Day, well, if you're not looking at the Valentine's Day from a pagan perspective, how that holiday was changed. If you are looking at it from what this priest used to do for young couples, getting them married so that they would be together. And when he passed on, before he passed on, actually, he wrote a love letter to his Valentine. There was a very sweet gesture to show off his love, even though he couldn't be with his love. But that's a story for another day. But it just takes me back to how that has changed, because nowadays it's more of what you can do for me than us celebrating the love that we have for each other. Now, I'm not saying that people shouldn't throw the grandest gesture or whatnot, but it should be accompanied by real love, because you cannot compensate for what you don't have through gifts. That's just not going to work in the long run. And you can have all the money in the world. If you're a horrible person, you will remain a horrible person. No amount of gifts is going to change that. And if your relationship is abusive, no amount of flowers or chocolates are going to make your partner a better person. So I just look at how the day in itself has changed. I know that there are some couples who have been together for so long, and all these things mean they're a beautiful gesture. They're able to celebrate their love, they're able to reconnect, even if it's just for one day. But it is a beautiful thing if your intentions are actually pure. And for me, do I really celebrate Valentine's Day? I don't think so. I've never been fascinated with Valentine's Day, but I do love chocolates. I do love flowers. I'm just like any other girl. I do love all those beautiful things. But for me, culturally, it has never been a day that I actually celebrate. Now that I really think about it, I've never really celebrated it. It's either I've broken up with people before Valentine's Day, or I just couldn't be bothered. Whoa, okay. But I do love the beautiful things that come along with it, as long as real love, is accompanied by those gestures. As long as you are able to make me feel safe, loved, supported, I would take that any day over the chocolates and the flowers, because I can't get that for myself anyways. But I know it's not the same when somebody gets it for you. It's not the same, but it still makes me feel good. Anyways, before I go off topic, this day actually it happens on the 14th of February, and in my culture, February is Nhlolanja. Yes, it's actually the 6th month of the year. Now, I know it's a bit confusing, but yeah, it's the 6th month of the year. And if you were to directly translate Nhlolanja, it actually means the mystery of a dog, because according to mythology, dogs used to do mysterious things around this time. They would engage in unexplainable behavior, and also this was the time when dogs would have puppies. It wouldn't happen in any time of the year. That's what I was told, except this month, or it would happen more around this month than any other time of the year. So that was a mysterious thing, you know. So hence the month is called Nhlolanja. But if you understand what this month is for, it's actually a month that is good for shadow work. So maybe if how you can utilize this energy, maybe if you work on your shadow, right, it could also improve your relationship, since this is the month of love. So shadow work is something that really works well around this time, because it is a time of the unexplainable, the mysteries, of a time of healing, and also it is quite an unsettling time, because just when you think you know how the year, you are in momentum with how the year is supposed to be, and then boom, Nhlolanja appears, and all the unexplainable things which have been hidden, start coming out. And surprisingly, this also happens a lot in relationships around this time, because just when you think ukuthi you are a priority in somebody's life, and then boom, you realize what, you know, actually there's somebody else, you really not the one. So as Valentine's Day might be seen as a beautiful day, but it's also a day of mystery if you really have to look at it in, you know, our context. You know, it's a day of the uncertain, but it's also a time where you can heal. You know, you can heal family disputes, you can heal things that have been bugging you for the longest time. So it actually is a good time to work on your relationships, but it may not be as rosy as you might expect it to be. That is the month of Nhlolanja. It has never really been rosy, but it is a month that makes you go deep within yourself, address the things that you have been hiding. You know, it's a time to really do your shadow work. It's gonna be extremely beneficial towards you and your relationship. But other than that, I hope you treat your partner with respect and with love, and you do all the nice things for them. And I really hope that they come from the heart, you know. And be blessed. And